All right. Here we go. We've got the final 12 coming up. It's do or die now, Jeremy.
Am I on?
You're on, bud.
On, all right.
You're on.
Yeah. There's not much talent at this one today. No, this is gonna be entertaining. Oh, there he is. He's here.
What's up, man?
What's going on, bud? We got Stephen Coyce in the house.
Stephen Coyce and Jeremy Nowak and Robbie Peterson. As Bobby Bradley would say, and we're live. Not a very good impression, but we're live here. Top 12 of the Rockwell Blast.
So let's just go with this first group. We got Justin James in slot 1. We got Kyle Berkshire in slot 2 and Colton Casto in slot 3. We got about a 5-mile-an-hour gust going straight out right now. I mean, there's good odds that none of these three guys keep it actually in the 440-yard grid right now. That's my guess.
Well, they're going to be pushing it, that's for sure. And the temperature is now going back up. It seemed like it dropped a little bit at the end of the last set, but if it's getting a little hotter, if the wind is up a little bit, yeah, they're going to go to the end. And what's cool too, we got 3 people here, all very fast, and they kind of hit different ball flights. So Jeremy, let's get a prediction of these 3. What? Got to put you on the spot. Which 2 are advancing?
Which 2? Oh, man, dude. I mean, I honestly think Colton's going to step on one right here. He went 446 against me on that last set. I think he's getting locked in. He gets better when he's facing better guys, so I'm going to have to go with Colton. And
that's a number. That's a number for Colton, and that's
know.
huge. Obviously, he doesn't like the contact, but in this format, you've got 2 of 3 advancing. And for him to put a ball in on his first one, I think is going to, loosen him up and just let him rip on it.
100%. Sounds like 389 on that first one for Colton.
Oh,
no. Man, this crowd is getting into it
Colton
right now.
Murdered that one.
No.
Kyle hit it good too, but I don't know. Or Justin, sorry. They were kind of in there at the same time. I think Colton, that's going to be one of the biggest balls.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where these 2 end up. Kyle and Colton both liked them.
We're waiting on a call back for these numbers.
Yeah, when it takes this
long.
long.
They're going to be big.
Yeah, when it takes this long, usually they're running back. 429 for Colton and 424 for Justin right now. They're still looking for Kyle's second ball.
Oh, if that turns just a bit. That last one, that was the height that Colton wants to see. Right around that 200-foot apex.
Yeah, and that's something he struggled with early on in the day, was getting the ball high enough, which is weird for Colton because that's usually his forte. But he's starting to launch it up in this last group of 12. He's getting that ball up there. So, like I said, he's dangerous, man. When he gets his tempo down and his ball flight, just outright.
He's fast right now. He's getting ramped up.
They're still looking for Kyle's third ball. 433.
Big ball by Justin. Might be Obi right.
Yeah,
He's
that's right on the right edge.
He's watching it.
Colton's got one more ball here.
Was that Justin's last?
It looks like it. Justin's usually done first. Just turned it over a little too much for Colton.
Okay, so if it stays like this, Kyle's at 433, Colton's at 429, and Justin's at 424. And to reiterate for people listening, the top 2 of these 3 people advance. I think we're waiting to hear if Justin's 6th ball was in.
Yeah, this is taking a while again. This is suspenseful, man. This is some serious horsepower on the tee box right here.
So Colton's confirmed at 429. And with these players, I mean, these 3 in particular are so fast that it wouldn't surprise us to see a 440 pop up.
Oh yeah. Justin's been out to 440 today already. So yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, it could go anywhere on this grid. I mean, we've seen balls that hugging that right line, staying in. So we'll see.
Kyle's confirmed at 433. Colton's confirmed at 429. It's just a matter of whether or not Justin James's 6th ball can be 430 or higher.
If I were Colton, man, holding my breath right now.
You're clenched.
Whew, this is taking a while. That usually means it's back there. That's what it's been all day, but we'll see what it is. So what have you seen as far as maybe it went OB, I think. Yep. All right,
Okay.
so there you go. I guess it was OB that last ball.
Yeah, I guess so. So that means Kyle and Colton are moving on to the final 8. So now we got Martin Borgmeyer, George Haggerty, and Zach Holton.
Who do you got for your top 2 in this one?
Well, I got to go with Martin and Zach. I don't know George quite as well, and I just know the other 2 are so fast, and I think they've got a big advantage.
Yeah, in terms of speed, absolutely. I mean, George, as far as this venue right now in these conditions, is absolutely perfect for his ball flight. But that being said, Zach and Martin have been hitting absolute bombs today, and they've been filling up the grid.
Okay, but as we say that, George crushes one out there, left center.
Zach's hugging the left line right now. It's kind of drawn towards that left line.
I'll be curious to see what that was for George. That was a good ball, and I don't know if he got that little gust of wind, if he hit it a little too soon, but it could be big. You know, it's kind of cool to look at Zach and Martin here because they have 2 of the most noticeable pre-shot movements, not discluding you, Jeremy.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a absolute bullet down the middle for Zach. So he's got one in play here. Still waiting. You got 418 for George Haggerty right now. Zach definitely put one down there a good ways. You know what? I would say out of the whole season right now, this has been the most, talent in the field right now. I mean, these guys, This is what we're going to see in Worlds.
Yeah, this is everybody's, really, I think, excited for this year. Based on all the excitement last year, this event now is really important, and everybody wants to be peaking at the right time.
For sure. Zach Holton at 432. Holy cow. Big ball.
No marks yet from Martin.
We're waiting for Martin to scream at one. Oh.
Yeah, he's already.
Martin's
at
got one more
432.
ball here, but yep, we got right now Zach 432, George at 418. Martin's
All right,
asking for the
last
crowd to
ball
help.
for Martin.
Here we go. Martin, last year's winner at this event. Could he get one in play here?
Zach just improved his number to 440.
It looks Martin went OB left on that last one.
So it looks like Martin is OB, but Zach Holden and George Haggerty, they went 440
Wow.
and 430.
Wow.
So a lot of power in that set. And obviously Martin could, but he would have had to hit a really good one to beat that 430 number.
For sure. And in all honesty, I mean, as fast as he is, I mean, he really, he didn't have to catch it too well to get something competitive. Obviously, 430, 440, those are no joke numbers. But Martin's been striking in his last group he was in. I mean, he had some of the furthest balls of his group. And but again, this game will do that to you. One bad set, especially at this point of the competition, you can't afford a bad set. So
Yeah, at this point, and I mean, I really like this where we've just done 2 round robins, so you've had plenty of opportunities to make up for some error, and then you go into a shootout where there's not much room for error. Thankfully, they are taking 2 of 3, so there's you don't need to win the set in advance, but it's still one set, and that decides your fate.
Oh, yeah. And to get second place for the most part has to be a fairly big ball. I mean, most of these guys in this group, have been filling up the grid pretty well today.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested. I mean, this is another group right here. We got Reed Russell with unbelievable speed. Mark Costello's been dropping absolute bombs. I think his shortest drive in this last group was 426. So he's been out there. And then Brandon Flynn, I mean, he's just the king of ball flight right now. He's got speed. He's not the fastest, but I tell you, in terms of consistent ball flight and making adjustments, man, he just carries that ball out there.
And again, it's funny to look at the differences of how they do it. So I would imagine that Mark Costello and Reed Russell are about the same speed right now. But they look so different doing it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, Reed gets down. He uses the D10, super flimsy senior flex shaft, gets in his legs a lot. Mark Costello, he's more straight up in his stance, stiffer shaft setup. He looks like he's just swinging around a bullwhip when he gets in his load. It's fun to watch all these guys hit. Oh boy, Reed Russell hit his traditional 300-foot apex shot right on the left line. We'll see if that stayed in.
So Jeremy, what were you looking at out there? What kind of ball flight, and what was your target?
Honestly, it seemed the higher ball flights were doing well all day.
Yep.
So, we're typically, guys want to stay around 12 to 14 degree. I think 16.
That was a bullet by Costello.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see how a low one does.
We'll see, yeah. I mean, he's got that kind of power, though. I mean, we saw Eddie Fernandez in the senior event. He hit 118 apex and went 440. I mean, he got some roll. This grid's like that, and that's why it's important that you just fill up the grid as much as possible because, in this sport, it's all about the roll, too. So you control how far it's going to go but in the air, but you got to trust the hop, too. So
that's close. If that ball by Reed could start in the right center, it would be gone.
That's gone, yeah, especially this wind. So no marks yet. Coming back.
I think we're waiting on a number for Brandon, but I'm not sure.
We had no one yelling at balls yet, so.
No.
Oh my goodness! Reed absolutely pummeled that one right down the middle. That's gonna be extremely far. Reed's one of those guys, man. When we get this downwind situation, he's got some of the highest ball flights here, and he's one of the fastest guys here too. So it's really fun to watch. It's absurd how high that ball gets and how quickly it gets there.
All right, well, Costello's going to have a mark, but it was even higher than Reed's. So maybe he hit it too high on the face.
I don't know. I mean, he hit one high off the face against me, and he went 434. So, like I said, those higher launches are playing well right now. But I honestly could.
Okay, so Reed Russell in at 435 right now. Mark Costello at 403.
Back-to-back 435s for Reed. Oh, that's when Brandon just yelled at one. Reed's feeling it, man. He's going to be a tough guy to beat right now. So let's see where Brandon's ended up.
408. I don't know if Mark Costello got his sixth ball in, but if he did not, he's going to be eliminated.
I know Brandon caught his last one too, so I think he built on that 408. It's usually what that yell means.
So Reed Russell is moving on, 435.
I believe Mark went 440. That's what I'm saying. He's just, his ball flight, man, it just stays in the air forever. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm telling you, Reed probably has close to 8 to 10 mile an hour ball speed on him, and Brandon just optimizes that ball flight. It's crazy to watch, but good. We got those two advancing. Mark Costello, unfortunately, he hit it well all day. So, but we got, oh, look at this, another 3 fast guys. So we got Sean Johnson in slot 1. We got Ryan Gregnall in slot 2. We got Scotty Pierman in slot 3.
Looks like we got Bobby Bradley in the chat and Bryson DeChambeau in the chat.
Oh, Bryson. What's going on, bud? Got to get you out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the tee now, finished off the group of 12, Sean Johnson, Ryan Gregnall.
All right, finishing group of 12.
All
Final
right.
group of 3 here, 2 advance. And we've got some power in this set.
Oh, yeah. So this is going to be interesting because Gregnall, he was struggling all day to find the grid, and then all of a sudden he goes 6 for 6. So
that ball by Scotty, that is a fantastic start.
Oh, yeah.
high with a little bit of spin
Yep.
and basically straight.
Yeah, super consistent all day. I mean, Scotty's been up in the he brings his simulator out. He's been right around 218 to 220 ball speed all day. Sean Johnson, I mean, he's just been getting better and better every event. He was another guy just filling up the grid all day today.
A little hard to see from this angle of the ball flight down in slot 1.
Sean Johnson at
But-
422 on his first ball.
Yep, good start for Sean.
455
Whoa!
for Scotty. Wow.
There we go. 455.
He looks at the
new
crowd and
longest ball
says,
of the
not
tournament."
bad. You're right, Scotty. That is not that bad. Oh, boy. Man, like I said, we're going to see some big numbers. Now, this grid only runs out at 440, so they had to measure it. Anything after that. Oh, man. This is going to be good, man. They were going to see some huge numbers. We've already seen huge numbers, but I think we're going to go bigger.
I think so.
I think he tied 455, ties the longest of the day with Kyle, I believe. I think
455 for a first ball. That's a nice little warm-up.
You know, that takes the pressure off a little bit.
Yeah. Get the long drive driver now.
How hard do you think he's going to swing now? I would swing so hard at this point. There's nothing to lose right now.
Or, okay, you know what I'd love to see? I would love to see him just, hey, 455, I'm done. Catch that, guys.
Yeah. You can't do that against these guys.
No, you can't. Both Sean Johnson and Ryan Gregnall are right around 230, right? Like I think they've both gone.
I know
230?
Gregnall's been 230 on a TrackMan. Sean's been 230 on a top tracer.
Okay.
But I think on a TrackMan, him and Scotty are similar, right around 220 to 222 when they're going after it.
Okay.
With these balls. So there you go. Ryan Gregnall's at 390. He's got one in, so that's going to take a little pressure off. Scotty
But again,
seems like
only 2 of these 3 advance, and this
Yep,
is it. This
exactly.
is that shootout format. So
Yep. Let's see what Gregnall could do on this last one. Gregnall's kind of got a mid-flight ball, so he's got to get into one to get this rollout.
yeah, last ball is important. No, he doesn't like it.
Yeah, it looks like it went OB.
Well, too bad for Ryan, but 455.
That's
for Scotty.
amazing. Good job, Scotty.
455, and then 422 for Sean Johnson. So that rounds out our top.
Yeah.
So now we're to the top 8. So we'll do 2 groups of 4. And they'll do 1 set, and the top 2 advance from each of those groups of 4. Yeah, wind is picking up just a little bit, so like we just saw in that last set, 455, that's quite an impressive shot. But I think there's a good chance that's not going to be the longest coming up.
Longest drive of the day at 455 yards. Scotty Pierman. Followed by Sean Johnson, 44.
That's amazing. That's a bomb. Yeah, so we're gonna check in on Kyle's numbers. Kyle's one of those guys that brings his simulator up, and we'll see what kind of numbers he's throwing up right now. I mean, he's, when we get to this point of the competition, it gets really impressive what he he hits another gear, so it'll be interesting. But I think with this wind, honestly, if guys are filling up the grid, it's a dangerous game. I mean, downwind, it could be anyone's game.
There should be a 4th. Oh, there's George. Okay, yeah. So, yes, they'll take the top 2. We got George Haggerty in slot 1, Kyle Berkshire in slot 2, Reed Russell in 3, and Scotty Pierman in slot 4. So we're going to do now, this is the top 8. This is the first 4 of the top 8, and the top 2 will advance from these 4. The top 2 longest drives of these 4 guys after this set will move in to the final 4.
So it looks like Kyle and George are in the wrong slots here.
I think they just said the guy with long hair go to slot 1. Yes.
I would guess so.
Yeah, 2 move on.
So now we got a little bit of a change here. So we got Kyle Berkshire in slot 1, George Haggerty in slot 2, Reed Russell in slot 3, and Scotty Pierman in slot 4.
Why is this up like that? Okay. So yeah, the wind is a little bit gusty. It's for people who aren't here. If you see the signs moving, it's a very gentle breeze. Like if anything, 5 miles an hour maybe on a gust. So it's not anything crazy. But Scotty just went 455. And that's with barely any wind helping. So if the wind picks up at all, they're looking at the back of this grid.
And this is one of those venues that if there's any kind of wind shift halfway through a set, distances could start jumping. So it's important that you kind of catch that good ball when the wind's helping you. So even if you watch this set, you're going to see the flag start moving a little more in between a couple shots. So I had this conversation with a couple other guys. It's it's about filling up the grid and not only hitting your best shot, but hitting that best shot when that wind is blowing out a little bit. Because we've seen guys hit really good balls early in the set, and then later in the set get beat by 20 yards.
Yeah.
But
you can't really try to time it too much. I mean, the worst thing would be if you're like you hit your best ball not at the right wind time. Go over the top 8? Okay, well. So here we've got the top 8. Like I said, they're going to do 2 4-man shootouts, top 2 from each of the 4 advanced. We've got Scotty Pierman, Zach Holton, Brandon Flynn, Kyle Berkshire, Reed Russell, Sean Johnson, George Haggerty, and Colton Casto in your top 8. And in this set, you got Kyle Berkshire, George Haggerty, Reed Russell, and Scotty Pierman. In just a minute here, we'll be clear to go. And this is your top 8 at the Rockwell Blast here in West Bountiful, Utah. For anyone who was not just watching, we just had a 455-yard ball.
Yeah, so we got the two only guys today that have over 450 yards on the tee box together right now. You got Kyle Berkshire in slot 1 and Scotty Pierman, who just went 455 in his last set. So, for me, if I had a good set and I had to hit back-to-back, I mean, I'm okay with it. When you're struggling, when you have a kind of, an offset, hitting that back-to-back set could get tough. But at this point, at this point of the event,
yeah, Scotty's going lefty.
Yeah. At this point of the event, if you're hitting back-to-back, that means you're doing good. So
I think he just went 455, and he's like, you know what, guys? It's too easy. I'm going lefty.
That'd be wild.
For anybody who didn't see, Scotty was just taking practice swings left-handed. But yeah, I agree with you. It's, especially at this point, if you were still in a round robin and you had to do back-to-back, that's a little different. But now that you're in a shootout and you want to keep going back-to-back because it means you're advancing.
All right, let's
So here we go.
Step outside here and see these ball flights. Scotty absolutely
Scotty
split the grid in half on that
right
first
where
one.
he left off.
Wow.
What do you think the apex was on that, Jeremy?
Scotty's probably up around 220 feet right now is my guess. I mean, he was launching at up 19 degrees on his simulator.
19?
So 19 degrees. He's getting, like I said, this kind of wind, it's calling for high shots. Oh,
Whoa.
Scotty is locked in.
Both reads might be a little left, but yeah, I think Scotty's first 2 are big.
I want to say Scotty's one of these first 2 is definitely over 440 is my guess with this wind. It picked up. Oh, there's another. That's 3 in a row for
That's
Scotty.
a little left, too.
Oh, my. 3 for 3 for Scotty right now. We're waiting on the callback. Reed is hitting the ball really. 20 Reed right now.
So
427 for Scotty on the first one.
426 for Reed. 427 for Scotty. But that was on Scotty's first ball. And
he's got 2
his
more.
second
they're
and
looking
third ball
for.
could be even better.
Not sure where that one went.
That was OB right for Scotty. No numbers yet for Kyle or George, as far as we're seeing.
Oh, Reed! Reed doesn't yell at. 445 for Scotty. Let's go, Scotty. I've never seen Reed yell at a ball, so this is exciting. 435 for Kyle. He passes Reed right now. Oh, man, they're going back and forth. Scotty's sitting in a good position right now, but anything can
Okay,
happen.
Reed just
Oh
came in
my
at 447.
I want to say Reed just hit one 280 feet in the air. 447 for Reed. Holy cow.
It means at this point,
Amazing.
Kyle, who's at 435,
Kyle's
and
at
George Haggerty,
435.
no
He's got
marks
some
yet,
work to do, but the
would
wind's
be
picking up.
eliminated.
The wind's picking up right now. The wind is picking up, so we might see a couple off the back of the grid right here.
Okay, 427 for George.
Oh! Oh,
Let's go,
Scotty!
just killed that one.
Oh,
Right with a little bit of a gust to that ball for Scotty. What a way to finish the set.
it looks like it's going to be Reed and Scotty. We'll see for these last balls to get called in.
Final 8 in slot 1, Colton Casto. In slot 2, Zach Holden. Slot 3, Brandon
All right, so we're going to wait here
Sean Johnson.
for a couple of final numbers here.
443 for Scotty on that last one. What a set. Scotty, let's go. Let's go. He says he's going to turn it up now. That's what he just told me.
Now he's gonna turn it
He's going
up?
to turn it up.
Now
what
he's
you,
ready.
What you saw was low. That was just, he's sizzling right now. We're
All
about
right,
to
guys.
turn the heat up.
So the last set, Reed Russell and Scotty Pierman moved on with a 447 and a 445 ball. Kyle Berkshire and George Haggerty were eliminated with 435 and 428 respectively.
It looks like Kyle and George are going to end up getting knocked out here. But, I mean, those are 447, those are good balls. That's what I said. I mean, right now, I'm telling you, it's anyone's game right now.
The wind picked up a little bit, and Reed and Scotty were getting that high flight, and they did it when they needed it.
Yeah. And that's what we're seeing right now. It's you know, these guys that are getting those high apexes are doing really well today. So
here we go. Second group of 4. This is in your top 8, so this is the back half of the top 8. And the top 2 will advance from this set into your final 4.
And George Haggerty, 428.
So we got Colton Casto in slot 1. We got Zach Holton in slot 2. Brandon Flynn, slot 3. Sean Johnson in slot 4.
So we're going to get started here in just a minute with the second group of 4 that are completing your final 8. So the top 2 will advance into the final 4.
So far we have Reed Russell and Scotty Pierman advancing on to the final 4. And I mean, who you got on this one?
Well, I like the consistency that Brandon Flynn has been having. I don't know if his speed is quite as high, but you know it's not just a speed game. There's a lot of other factors in it.
Yeah.
And I like Colton just because of his ball flight. I mean, he's, you know, if he and what was it in his last set? He went for something in the 40s, and that was a rarer number at that time. So I don't know, but my picks would be Colton and Brandon.
Colton and Brandon?
I like them all though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I
Holton
feel
and
I feel
Brandon,
bad. Colton, yeah.
Colton.
Colton Casto, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I thought you said Holton. All right. Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, I hate picking 2 out of these 4 because they're all great hitters, but
Yeah.
that's who I'll go with.
All right. Well, I'll go with the other 2 then.
All right, I like it.
All right. So I got Holton, Zach Holton, Sean Johnson.
Group in the final 8.
I'm going for height right now.
Brandon Flynn, Sean Johnson. Gentlemen, they
Sean Johnson, 7'8", slot 4.
Oh, what a start for Colton.
Oh, Sean hits one just on the left line. We'll see if this stays in.
I mean, Colton just crushed it.
Did he? I didn't see his
Maybe
first
a little
one.
bit low spin, but that's a good ball.
Yeah. It's rolling a little bit out there right now. I mean, it's dried up. We'll see. 426 for Brandon on his first ball.
It's a good start.
Great start here. The wind is really starting to pick up.
That's a little bit of a crosswind there, though, huh?
Yeah.
It's not straight down.
We might get close to like 450 again, possibly 460. 458 for Colton on his
There we
first
go.
ball. Oh my goodness. Wow. 458. Colton rips another one down the right center. Not as high though. But knowing Colton's speed, Colton's going to be right around 220 to 225 ball speed. Zach likes that one. Colton hits an absolute tank down.
Colton
That
is
might go
feeling it
460.
right now.
That wind is really picking up.
He's one of those momentum hitters. When he gets it rolling, he just keeps improving.
Oh no, Brandon's yelling. That's not good. Not good for everyone else, I should say. He's 3 for 3 right now. A little right for Colton. Sean's got one in play. .453 for Colton. Wow, he's got 2 over 450 right now. Brandon yelled at another one. He's got one at 445, which puts him in second as of right now.
So last ball for Sean Johnson here. He's going to need to beat 445.
Oh, man, Brandon is getting into it. I love this. I love it. Oh!
Yeah.
Check, check.
Not talking.
Check. Anybody hear us now?
There's no sound on the
Any sound coming through?
Let's see you for a couple seconds. Yeah, when you turn that volume up, there's some crowd noise.
Check, check.
Check.
Wait.
Here.
Okay.
Oh God, no.
Check.
What are we waiting on?
I think it's coming through. Okay. I think we're back. How about your
No sound again. No sound.
Robbie? Wait. Something just happened.
I'm trying to listen. Stop panicking.
Obviously, we're working through some technical audio difficulties.
Marco is ready. Good workers are ready. Hey, just